Okay, and you now have control, Tim. So I'd like to welcome Tim Mandeville over in Australia.
Whereabouts? I live on the Sunshine Coast in Noosa Heads.
Oh, nice.
Rough part of the world to be in.
No, well, lovely. Well done.
Yeah, it's nice. I get to see the beach every day. I'm either hiring equipment out on it or I'm teaching surf on there. So it's a nice place to be, that's for sure. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for all coming along. Let me just get this up. So a little bit about myself. I've been in crypto for about 4.5 years. Started buying my first Bitcoin well under $1,000. Watched its meteoric rise up to 20,000 and back down again. I got involved in a lot of projects during 2017. Anything really that moved. Everybody was in greed mode. They thought everything was going to the moon and that we would all be billionaires. Sadly though, for just about everything that we all did, not much of it worked out, and some lessons learned. I trade on the crypto market as well, and one of the things that I do when I trade is I have a trading plan, and my trading plan includes, you know, my risk and reward, when I enter, how I exit, different other bits that I look at within my TA that I do. What I discovered after being massively burnt in BitConnect was that I didn't really have a plan at all when it came to looking at investments in crypto, and that's what was missing. So I put together a 9 or 10 point plan that I had to adhere to when I entered something, to ensure that if I did, I wasn't going to be scammed of my money. And I'm involved in 3 things now, and funny enough, so is Duncan, the same 3, for all the reasons that I'm going to talk to you about Cloud Token. So we have knowledge of our owners, the tech team, visibility of the project, full visibility of our funds, access to our funds 24/7, all of those sort of things that put you more in control when you're looking at something. So I'll tell you now about Cloud Token and how it came about. It's basically a place where you can store all your crypto, all right? It's an exchange as well, so you can exchange your crypto into, or back out from the reward tokens into your Ethereum and off the network, and it's a place where you earn money or earn rewards for joining projects, and you can also spend those rewards as well. So it's a completely sustainable ecosystem. So I'm going to run through the origins of clouds, the benefits of the JARVIS AI trading that we do, how you can accumulate your cloud tokens quickly, and also the current and future technology of the company. Who are we? This is probably the most important question. If you get involved in a project today and you have absolutely no idea who the owners of the company and everything are, you will at some point be scammed of your money. It's because anybody that's bringing something into the blockchain arena today, it's not going to work if you want to hide behind a mask, all right? Because people are always dubious because of past experiences. So if you want to succeed, then bring your face to the project and tell the world what it is you have and why it's going to be good for them. And that's what we have here with this gentleman. Ronald I has at least 25 years of experience behind him in the mobile arena, in payment systems, in credit card designing, in blockchain technology, everything. This man is super, super smart. He has a LinkedIn profile. Okay, so Google him even. Go to LinkedIn, read his profile. Right, he has a Facebook page with his wife and his family. You can follow him. So here we have somebody in charge of multi-millions of our dollars, prepared to put his face out there and for you to look at who he is. Okay, that's a big plus in my book. Not many projects out there today that offer that. One of the greatest things that this man has done last year was he won the Innovative Blockchain Project of the Year in 2018 at the World Blockchain Forum. They're based in New York, Singapore, Shenzhen, and one other place, I can't remember, Dubai. And anything that is wanting to be brought out onto the blockchain is promoted through the World Blockchain Forum. Okay, so for this guy to win out of everything that's going out there is something special. And the reason he won was because of what he has designed here. It's 4th generation blockchain. It's called BitBeta. All right. I'm going to tell you a little bit about blockchain. So those of you that are new understand where it's sort of come from and what its massive limitations are. So we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin was our first DLT as such, our first blockchain. And it's launched in 2009. Bitcoin, as far as I'm concerned, is a storage of wealth. It is like gold, okay? You cannot transact with it. It transacts at about 6 or maybe 7 transactions per second. So if you had let's say a Bitcoin debit card and you went down to your local deli to get a cup of coffee in the morning, you would probably have to stand there for 45 minutes waiting for the transaction to be approved. So that's not going to work in today's world. All right. So what they decided to do, or what they looked at doing, was to try and speed up the process in the blockchain. And along came Ethereum, and they integrated something called SegWit, segregated witness, where they took the witnessing element of the proof of work, i.e. the proof that the transaction took place between parties, out of the blockchain and stored it. And that way it could be accessible again if there was ever a issue between those two parties about that transaction. So that increased us up to about 9 or 10 transactions per second. So Ethereum is totally useless as a transaction tool. So 3rd generation came along. We have EOS, Cardano, and XRP, Ripple, the private bank transaction method, and that transacts at a few thousand transactions per second. But all of them have the same issue. The more people that are using them or bringing them on board themselves, the slower their network goes. All right, so it's not going to get any better. It's only ever going to get worse. So Ronald looked at it from the opposite way. Why don't I develop something where the more people that come on board, the faster my network goes? And that's what he developed with BitBeta, 4th generation blockchain. So what he has done, rather than have all of the nodes out there and all of the big mining companies doing all of the processing, he has given that job as such to each of us. And each one of us that puts the cloud token onto our wallet becomes a mini node in the network. So the more people that download cloud token, the faster our network goes. And just to give you some example, Visa and MasterCard transact around 600,000 transactions per second. That's why when you go down to your shop, it takes 2 or 3 or 4 seconds for your transaction to be approved when you swipe your MasterCard. All right. That is massively slow compared to what Ronald has developed with us. Okay. Every 1,000 people that have the cloud token on their wallet enables us to transact at 22,500 transactions per second. We are now over 400,000 people with cloud token on their wallet. So we can already transact at over 10 million transactions per second, all peer-to-peer, all to ourselves through this network. That's how clever it is. That's how smart this man is in developing something that is truly has so many uses, as you will see. And that's why he won this award. Now, it's very important when you are involved in a company that the right people are behind it. So this was our launch back on May the 12th. I got involved in Cloud Token on the 23rd of April. Okay, it had a soft launch. I think it was about the 16th of April, and somebody approached me about it. I did a lot of due diligence for a week, and then I jumped on board on the 23rd of April. Okay, the launch took place on May the 12th. We have a number of our owners here. We also have Ronald here, and we have this man here, Jim Rogers. Now, this man is a multi-billionaire. Okay, he is the chairman of Rogers Holdings. He was also co-founder of the Quantum Fund and Soros Fund. Okay, he is the creator of Rogers International Commodities Index. He is also very passionate about his involvement with Cloud Token. He gave an hour-long speech about blockchain and the future and Cloud Token's innovation. These people have absolutely no need to put their face on a scam. Okay, they don't. There is not a chance in hell this man would come along and do a talk and say about our project if it was a scam to take people's money, because they would just be obliterated out of public society. All right, so look at the people that associate themselves with us and understand why they do. Okay, this man doesn't need to do a pump and dump thing. He's got billions. What he gets excited about is the new technology and the new opportunity for the next generation. So let me tell you about our price. Okay, the Cloud Token reward started off on May the 12th at 30 cents. This is how our token has grown in value since that day. So in a little under 2 months, we are up over 56%. Now, I need you guys to understand how we grow, because we are not a paying Paul by robbing Peter organization. All right, Cloud Token is an ecosystem. So when you come on board, the Cloud Token wallet has 2 wallets in there. The first one is called a super wallet, and you deposit your Bitcoin into the super wallet, and you can store, or will be able to store soon, over 40 coins in there. And you can then decide if you want to involve yourself in any number of the projects that Cloud Token will have very soon. There are around 5 of them at the moment. One of them is available for investing in. The rest are all going to be coming on board very soon, and I will talk about them on the webinar. So you then say, okay, I'd like to become part of the JARVIS project, and you agree to the terms, and you move your coins into the JARVIS wallet, and JARVIS starts using those coins or your crypto to trade amongst 30, well, we were originally on 38 exchanges. We have over 200 of the JARVIS AI bots trading. And let me just go back a bit. Okay, so yeah, we have over 200 of the bots trading. We have recently reduced the number of exchanges we're on down to 32 because 6 of the exchanges were leaving us exposed by having no insurance in case they got hacked. So every single one of the exchanges that we have your funds in are fully insured, okay? So every single day, at the moment, I can tell you we have something like, and I will show you some of the accounts, we have several $100 million now invested in JARVIS, okay? So every single morning, let's say at midnight, it has $200 million to start the day's trading with. Every single day, it's an ecosystem, it's the same money there, all right? It, let's say, generates $10 million of trading profit for that day. And that $10 million goes into a reserve pool that we also have visibility of. The reserve pool is then used to value our token, and you are rewarded in tokens between 6 and 12% a month based on how much you have got in the Cloud Token app, okay? So you will receive your tokens daily based on the amount of money we also have, or the value of it is based against the the amount of money that we are holding in the reserve fund. So the more funds that JARVIS has, the more profit it makes, the higher our token goes. The next thing you need to understand is that if everybody wants to cash out right now from Cloud Token, every single person can cash out at 46.9 cents. There is enough money in the reserve pool against all the tokens in existence to pay everyone out at 46.9 cents. That's how our ecosystem works. It doesn't work by 10% goes out, so the price drops to 0. Okay, very important to understand. So this is our ecosystem timeline. We launched back in May. We have our JARVIS project at the moment with Varoom. Varoom is like an algorithm, so it's very unique in terms of what it can do, because we do triangular arbitrage, and that enables us to pick 3 pairs at a time on any exchange and transact between them. That's more than anybody else does. They normally do pair trading. All right, so Ronald again has developed something that does that, and Varoom looks at what is going on within the exchange and makes the recommendation to JARVIS of what it does, and they transact. And this is all done in milliseconds. We have 200 of them across the exchanges, all on different pairs and doing different things, okay? What else have we got? We've got our news channels coming and public events to talk about blockchain, crypto wallets, security, etc. We've got our debit card payment solution coming in August for everyone. Crypto to fiat solution, that's really exciting because that will enable you to sell your coins that you're holding in your super wallet into fiat in whatever country you are, pop down the road and draw the cash out of the ATM, all right, rather than having to transfer it back out onto Coinbase or Wirex or wherever you have your money, and then having to sell it and then transfer it back into your bank account before you can use it. And then we have our merchant network system also coming out at the end of the year with all our points of sale. So huge amount of opportunities going on. What I would say as well is all of our system has been developed. When you look at ICOs today, you will see that they bring out a lavish and glorified white paper saying what they hope to achieve and what they hope to do with all the millions that they're going to generate from their ICO. Okay, we don't do that. We've already got everything that you see here is already done, developed and dusted. Okay, we don't need any money to develop anything. What we need is the people on board so that we can roll out what we have, because all of these things have costs, especially like MasterCard. There's millions of dollars to be able to have a deal tied up with MasterCard to use crypto, because they're not a lover of each other, put it that way. So yeah, it's an ecosystem. You have earnings on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you have a method to spend. Okay, so we have into the app itself. All right, we are all using the latest version 1.9. something. Okay, we have version 2 coming out. Version 2 will be completely different. You will have full visibility of all of the bots on the exchanges. It's being worked on now. Whereas at the moment you can see probably 1 or 2 of the bots and the trading things that get put onto our thing as they happen. All right, so you've got visibility of some of the trading. You will have visibility of all of it. The next thing you have here on the right hand side, again, is full visibility of your funds. So when you move it from the super wallet into Jarvis, you can see like here that Jarvis has 0.153191 Bitcoin. You can go onto Blockchain Explorer, put your wallet address in, and you will see this amount on here. All right, so you know that your Bitcoin is there. Now there was another opportunity in the marketplace that came out called Plus Token. Plus Token went from 40 cents that it launched to a little over a week ago at about $130 something. And I got offered it at $14 in September last year, and I didn't get involved because it didn't give me, it didn't meet my criteria. The first one that it didn't have, nobody knew who the owners were. The second one it didn't have for me, no transparency of your funds. Okay, so I couldn't see where my funds were within their system because they didn't have their own mainnet, because they were trading with API keys on an exchange. They therefore had to create what is known as a ghost wallet for every member, because only they could have the real wallet. Everybody else would have to have ghost wallets with approximate things saying what they had. And I said, you know what? I'm not getting involved in this, and I didn't. Last week, in fact, on the 27th of June, guess what? Plus Token did a runner with $3 billion of people's money. Okay. Now, I've talked about this all along for weeks and weeks and weeks about why you do not get involved in companies where you don't have transparency. And I've talked about Plus Token on all of my things. And that is why you do not do it. Okay. I feel very sorry for all the people that have lost their money, but they didn't do their homework properly, and they should have got over the greed element of, oh my God, we're going to make it, and then know full well what was going to happen. This is why you need to have visibility. This is why you have to have your private keys and know who the bosses are and know about everything that is going on. There should be absolutely nothing that needs answering for you to invest. And that is where you are at with Cloud Token. Okay, full transparency, full everything. Okay, you will not be scammed from this company. It will be the last thing that Ron will do. And the last, you know, if you go onto our websites and look at the Facebook pages and join behind Ronald and listen to everything that he is doing, you will understand where this is going. Okay, and we are, you know, it's once in a lifetime opportunity that we have here. So transparency. Let's talk about transparency, shall we? Let me show you what we traded with last month. 111,500 Bitcoin. Okay, that's over $1 billion US on our Binance account. This is just one of our accounts. Okay, you get to see that because we're transparent. All right, we have had. This is our reserve fund here, and here, okay, to show you the two amounts. When Plus Token did a runner with everybody's money, people automatically think, oh my God, Cloud Token's going to do the same thing. We have 12, just under 13,000 Bitcoin in our account. It's about $150 million worth of Bitcoin. That's not the Litecoin and everything else. This is the Bitcoin. And this amount is exactly the amount that all of the owners have in Jarvis. It's not a fabricated amount. It's not a small amount or stuff that's been taken away. This is all of our coins in the Binance account that we can pull out 24/7 whenever we like, okay? So you can see here that we had over about $40 million worth removed from the 12,966 to the 12,638. It was about $40 million, mainly from the Chinese groups that obviously got burnt, I should imagine, in Plus Token, and thought the same was about to happen in with us. So these are the things that you must have access to. You must see that your funds are safe at all time and where they are. And you have a CTO of our company that is prepared to show you anytime you like where your money is and how safe it is to take it out. So you do not have to worry here. All right. So our tech, this hopefully is going to work without crashing. We shall see. We have a security card, and this is how it works. Everybody will be given one of these. You get your card, and it saves you then having to do all the login processes through your phone. So you select a card login, you get your card, you scan it to the back of the chip. No, it's going to crash my presentation. Let me see if I can get out of it. Okay, it's going to crash. We will just let it crash, and then I can reboot the... So what it does, while it just goes about its process of crashing now, it scans the card, logs it into your system, and then you can use that to pay for anything with CTOs. Okay, so with your cloud tokens, I'm just going to go to the slide. I'm going to go to this one. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Probably now the battery on my thing. We shall see. Okay. So you log in your card. You can then use that with your CTOs to transact with anybody that has got cloud token point of sale machines, which are also being rolled out this year. Okay. The next thing I'm going to run through with you guys is how you can earn your cloud token rewards and the different sort of packages within the system that enable you to earn more of those. But obviously, before I do that, there's a disclaimer to go through, because you and I are all different, all of us, all right? And I'm not a financial advisor. So the ideas presented are our experiences, really, of how to profit in this business. They certainly don't constitute any financial advice to you, okay? I'm not a financial investment company, and I make no representation or guarantees of any income that I'm going to show you, all right? I never recommend to any of you to outlay money that you cannot afford to lose. All right, so don't go using your rent money to go into this if you can't afford to put your rent money into it. Don't rush into anything. Do your research, okay? I talk about a lot of information during my presentation today. It's important that if you're new on the call, you make notes of the information that I'm talking to you about and go and check up on it yourself as well. Don't just take my word for it, okay? as with any business, your results may vary. It'll be based on your own capacity, business experience, expertise, and your level of desire to spend a lot of time sharing and promoting Cloud Token to your downlines and your friends and that. There are no guarantees concerning the level of success you may experience. As I said, it depends on your dedication, desire, and motivation, okay? So, how would you benefit just yourself on your own downloading Jarvis onto or downloading the Cloud Token wallet and using Jarvis? Firstly, you deposit crypto into your account, whatever amount of Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Doge, Ethereum, all of those, you can put them all on here, all right? I did hear in the webinar yesterday that there are limits now that you can put into Jarvis, okay? The limit is 50,000 US dollars in any of the currencies, all right? It's not in total. So you can put into Jarvis in your account 50 grand's worth of Ethereum, 50 grand's worth of Bitcoin, 50 grand's worth of Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, etc. So you can have around $350,000 on a single account invested into Jarvis. Yesterday, Ronald confirmed all of that. That's how it's been set up now. All right, that's a huge account. You will earn 6 to 12% every single month in Cloud Token rewards that you can then cash in for Ethereum, take off the thing, sell your Ethereum into US dollars or whatever currency you like, and you've got the money. And you get paid that every single day. Now, here's the good thing. You can withdraw and take your money out at any time. So when your money here is in Jarvis, you are not tied to a contract of 7 days or 30 days or a year or anything else. It's instant. If you want your Bitcoin out, it takes you approximately 10 seconds. You swipe left, you put in your PIN number, you put in your Google Authenticator code, you put the amount. In fact, at the moment, it's the full amount, and you take it out. In version 2, there will be blocks of $500. So if you had 0.1 of a Bitcoin, let's say that was $2,000 worth, you could take out 500 of that or 1,000 of that. It's in blocks of 500 in the new app once that comes out. So that enables or releases 2 more blocks that somebody else can then put in. So let's just say you are holding $1,000 US. You put $1,000 US into Jarvis, okay? You will receive at 10% $100 a month. So that's daily, you would receive $3.33, all right? And that is based on the price now at 46.9, you would get approximately 7 Cloud Tokens a day. And then if the price goes up, obviously those 7 Cloud Tokens are going up in value that you've already received for your 10% of using your funds within Jarvis, okay? Now, the benefits of sharing. This is always the exciting bit. When a company goes to market, it has a choice, okay, of how it wants to get its name and its products and its services out there, all right? And the first choice is that if they want to do this worldwide in all the countries, they would have to go to a very expensive marketing company and spend tens of millions of dollars in putting a very swanky campaign together. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2 is that they could bundle this up as some form of network marketing opportunity where you would buy the initial Cloud Token wallet, you would have monthly ongoing fees for using it, and then all of those things would be paying commissions out to various levels below you and would require you to pay ongoing monthly fee into the company. Or the third way would be through affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is where they pay you and I rewards or monies or product, however they're doing it, to promote and talk about their company and products and recruit people into the business that also see the same opportunity as you do. All right. And for that, in order to get those benefits, you have to have a minimum of $500 US in your cloud token wallet. We tell people to put around $600, $650 in there to allow for any fluctuation that is going on in Bitcoin. Trust me, you do not want to wake up in the morning when you have 300 people under you and are receiving 1,000 cloud tokens a day to see that your wallet has dropped to $499, and for that day you will receive diddly zero. Okay, so pay attention with the price fluctuations within Bitcoin and make sure your account is funded accordingly to stay over the minimum threshold. Okay, so you will receive 10% per month as an individual person. But let's say you now pop next door and you see your mate John, and John goes, I'm in, here's my $500. The company will reward you with 100% of the reward tokens that they pay John every single month, 100%. So if John puts in his $500, okay, he's going to receive, let's say, 4 cloud tokens a day. You will receive 4 cloud tokens a day for John, as well as your own ones. Okay, very, very useful. Then John pops next door and he sees Sally, and Sally goes, you know what, I'm in, here's my $500. And the company are going to reward John here on level 1 with 100% of Sally, and you 50% as well. So you're getting 100% here and 50% here every single day. Okay, every day. In order to get your levels opened, you have to recruit people in. So if you want to be paid on your second level, you need to have 2 people in your top line. Okay, and the business grows down to 21 levels. Okay, you get 5% on level 3 all the way down to level 21. So if you want to be paid on all 21 levels below you, you need to have recruited 21 people into the business across your top line yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's put it in monetary terms for you guys. Let's say you bring in 3 people on your front line, and the first one puts in $1,000, the second one 10,000, and the third one 500. All right, you are going to receive $100 a month for this one, 1,000 for that one, and 500 here. Okay, let's say Sally below puts in 1,000, she brings in somebody for 500 and then another one for 2,000. You're going to see 100, 25, and 50 for that. So on your level 2, you're going to receive those. That's $1,325 a month that you will be receiving in cloud tokens. So that's a little over, just over 3,000. Yeah, 3,025 cloud tokens that you're going to receive just for those 6 people being in your organization each month. And that's then, I need to update that a little bit because that was at 43.8, it's now 46.9, all right? And again, you have all of the levels open to you underneath. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Once you achieve the level of a C1 here, and I'm a C1, you need to have 200,000 US dollars underneath you to get a C1. What it does, it increases your bonus on your front line by another 5%. It increases your bonus on the second line by another 5%. But more importantly, on levels 3 down to level 21, it is doubling what you are currently receiving from 5 to 10%. You're already getting 5, you're going to get an extra 5. When you become a C2, and these are the rank promotions here, you need to have 3 C1s in your team. That will roughly mean that you have $1 million underneath you. I have a couple of people in my team that are well on the way to becoming C1s, and I'm hoping probably within 2 months from now I'll be a C2, and you'll have roughly $1 million under you. All right. As a C1 today, I am earning, what am I getting? Probably about 550, 600 US dollars every morning. When I wake up, it's there every day for the network that's under me. And it's growing considerably, and it will do. It will get up to around 1,500 a day by the time I hit C2. And then as a C2, you're going to see between sort of $2,000 and $7,000 a day. Our C3s are earning between $20,000 and $25,000 a day, and C4s in excess of 50, and some of them over 100,000 per day. All sustainable, fully sustainable from the monies and funds that are in the accounts being traded with every single day, creating the profit that gives the price to our coin that we're all paid in. No robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is a fully sustainable ecosystem. All right, the more people that come in, the more money it has, the more money goes in the pot, and people earn, you know, more monies as the value goes up then of our token. All right. So why would you choose Cloud Token? Well, we don't have any expensive packages to buy. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. There are no membership fees. There's no auto ships to buy in order for you to get your commissions. There's no contract. You can take your money out 24/7 in 10 seconds flat. This is probably the most exciting thing for a lot of people that over the years have been approached about network marketing. You can earn in Cloud Token without saying or selling or promoting this to anyone, ever. Okay, this is huge for a lot of people. All right, and we have some very big leaders who are involved in Cloud Token that joined it because they don't have to promote it in order to earn, but that's what they are doing. They're going out and say, you don't have to promote, and you don't. You can earn your 10% just for holding your coin in there every single month. Everybody that you bring in, you're going to receive their 10% as well every single month. Okay, but it's a win-win for everyone. All our revenues at the moment are generated from our arbitrage trading. Okay, I'm just going to go into the other bits that are coming on board, and our token value has got the potential to go up at least 10 times over the next year. Let me just show you here. Let's say in the next 10 months, you accrue 25,000 Cloud tokens. All right. When we all launched, it was at 30 cents. And let's say that price goes to $10. So those 25,000 tokens are now worth 250,000 US dollars to you. All right. A lot of money just from getting in now while our price is low, accruing your Cloud tokens through sharing this opportunity and then watching the price go up until it reaches the level that you want to sell at. Okay. Let's say it hit $20, 500,000 US dollars. Okay. Huge amounts of money to people. To me, that's 700,000 Australian, just over. Future growth. Let's say you get to 200,000. That's my next level. That's the level I'm working at now to get to 200,000 Cloud tokens. Okay, and I'm over a quarter of the way there in a little over 6 weeks. It doesn't take very long for you to accumulate. Let's say the price again is $10. It's 2 million US dollars, 2.7 million Australian. So as I said earlier, the left-hand part of our ecosystem there is earning, and the right-hand side is spending. Projects. You may know when you join that you have a 16-digit card. You can see this 16-digit here. This is a debit card that you have, and you can put your Cloud tokens onto it, go down to the ATM and withdraw your cash. How that is working is as follows. In the next week, there will be a section in the app where you can fill out your KYC to apply for your MasterCard debit card. Okay, it is going to be released first to C2s, C3s, C4s, and C5s in the organization, because MasterCards have a cost to produce and a cost to run. And they need to know that the people that have the most tokens are going to be using them properly. And those with the least, i.e. a C0, have the greater cost, if you know what I mean, because you basically don't have 1,000 cloud tokens, let's say, which is like $100, and that is as much as what the card costs. The other thing, the MasterCard debit card, it will be pre-loaded with US dollar. And you then just decide the amount of cloud tokens that you are wanting to put on there or release at whatever value into US dollar to spend. Okay, so that's how that bit is going to work. They are going to release it down then to C1 level to make sure that we are sustainable, because we don't earn the amount of cloud tokens that C2 and above do, but we're obviously getting there. And then they will look at rolling it down to the C0 level. But everybody will be able to get the other cards, that the security card that you saw earlier that you can tap and go, and they work on any point of sale merchandise that are dealing with cloud tokens that are getting rolled out. I'm not going to show that, it will crash the app. So yeah, I've just gone through the debit card. They won't tell us yet who they have signed for all their point of merchandise stuff, but there is stuff on there. We have a new ecosystem being brought in that is called Friday. And Friday is another trading algorithm, but it is just for the whales. What Ronald is doing is removing all accounts within Cloud Token that are 3 million up to 5 million in value, because they actually hold down the value of our cloud tokens for you, me, and everyone else. He wants them looked after differently. So they are going to have their own trading bot called Friday that is going to work on their exchanges on a 80-20 split, and they prepay for the use of that. So if they have $5 million, let's say the fee for that would be $250,000 for the month. All right, they prepay 250,000 straight into our reserve fund. What it's going to do is, let's say 30% of all the tokens in existence now belong to whales. All right, those whales will be returning all of their cloud tokens back into the reserve pool for us, and then they won't have such an effect on keeping our price down. Because if a whale is getting, let's say, $100,000 a day, he's continually cashing out. So our price stays depressed because of that, or slightly depressed. It still goes up very nicely, but it could go up way more. So Ronald is addressing that and moving them out of the main sort of 90% ecosystem that is running into their own private one. And that's basically it. The only bit I didn't cover was about the holidays. We've got a holiday package also being integrated, where you can spend your cloud tokens through holidays and you know, on flights and accommodation and all of that. It will work where we are receiving a 40% discount off of anything that is out there, and 10% of that is passed on to you and I, and the other 30% saving goes straight into the reserve fund again to increase our value of the cloud token. So that is that's our sort of opportunity in a nutshell for everyone. So I'm going to unmute people. And if you have some questions that you'd like to ask, then please feel free to ask them. Yeah.
Tim, I'm going to offer the first question, if that's okay. If
Sure.
someone moves their CTOs onto the card, do you know if they're held as CTOs or are they held as dollars?
You will be cashing your CTO out into the dollar value, the US dollar value on your MasterCard.
Okay.
So let's say you had 1,000 CTOs and the price was $1. You would have a MasterCard with 1,000 US dollars on it, and you will give the company 1,000 CTOs.
Okay.
So it's a MasterCard debit card. It's not a credit card, it's a debit card.
Yeah.
But it's a pre-funded one. Ronald talks about it yesterday in that live video with Luigi.
Yeah, brilliant video.
Yeah.
Great. Anybody, especially new people, have you got any questions? If you want to unmute yourself, you can do. Otherwise, if you're too embarrassed to speak, you are quite welcome to put your question in the chat box at the bottom of your screen. I have put up on the chat the 2 Facebook group links for people that maybe aren't connected onto the Facebook groups. I really would recommend everybody get onto these groups.
The one thing I will just add, I'd like everyone to understand that when they decide to become part of Cloud Token, you are not buying anything, okay? If you have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, you are not buying $1,000 worth of Cloud Token or anything else. You are just storing $1,000 worth of your Bitcoin on the Cloud Token wallet, and then you are agreeing that the Jarvis bot can trade with it. You have access to that 24/7 to remove it, and you receive the rewards. You still have your $1,000 worth of Bitcoin there 24/7, and you receive the rewards every single day that then increase in value. So if Bitcoin goes up, let's say it's what, $11,000 today, okay, and it goes up to 22,000, you will have the equivalent of $2,000 in Jarvis, because your Bitcoin that is in the system there, not spent, just holding there, has gone up also in value. You're not buying anything here, nothing, just being rewarded for letting their ecosystem and the projects that we have access to your funds to do it.
How secure is your currency in there?
You get your mnemonic phrases and backups and everything, and on the 14th of July, everybody will have their private keys. So if you want to have all your coins in there, it's 100% secure with your private keys. Nobody can touch them. If you are putting them into Jarvis, then the company are trading with your money, but you have access to it 24/7. I also showed you the screenshots where you can see our accounts. Like Ronald is very transparent. He shows you all of our trading accounts, what's in there all the time. You won't get that from anyone, no one else. Nothing else out there that will give you the transparency that we have, because our system is being built for transparency, and the second it doesn't have that, everybody's going to walk out, because we've all been burnt from people that promise things and then deliver nothing. Ronald's been promising and showing from day one. There's a lot of people on this call that jumped on board day one and before, and it's been nothing but transparency and information proactively, not reactively.
But basically speaking, though, there's nothing you can do if the guy running the deal decides to run off your currency. There's nothing you can do with it.
Well, it works differently to that. On the slide there with Binance, the Binance accounts, they have daily withdrawal limits. So we know what those account numbers are. Binance has a 500 Bitcoin daily withdrawal limit. That's going to take him 40 days with 111,500 Bitcoin to move them off of the system. We would know about it within 24 hours that somebody's taking 500 Bitcoin a day out. Like, the transparency that we have is huge. The second thing that that is also happening with the reserve pool is that it's going to, we will be shown the digits at the front and at the end of the reserve pool. It's going to be held by a lawyer firm here in Australia in escrow. And that way we will have, you know, it's being held independently of the company should that situation that you have just said ever arise. It can't, because the funds are secured.
No, that can happen. You told me a guy who's lost tens of thousands of pounds where money has been held in an account in escrow and the guy's run off with it.
Yeah.
So that can happen. That is not necessarily true.
It can happen, but yeah. I'd be very surprised if it did, because the people that are involved and behind Cloud Token are extremely visible. And the first thing they would do is get a baseball bat around their head, because they've got nowhere to run to. These people are physically there in front of our company. The people that you're talking about, nobody would know who it was that took the money. And there lies your problem, because of your greed in the first place in involving yourself in something that was probably too good to be true. You didn't have any visibility. He would have had no visibility of who the owners were, no visibility of his funds. He couldn't check where his funds were at any time, and he certainly wouldn't be able to remove them at any time. There was his problem. And when the company said, you know what, we've got our millions now, we're running off with it, great. No one's going to stop them, because nobody knows who they are. And nobody can trace their money. We can trace all our money. We'll have our private keys for everything on the super wallet on the 14th of July. We can recover any funds on there at any time, 24/7, whether somebody shuts it down or not. And we can also move our funds out of Jarvis instantly. 10 seconds it takes to take those off. So at any time, because we are a worldwide organization, if something isn't right, we can move our monies off. But the owners can't take the money out. They can only move $500 a day, and we know who the owners are. So what are they going to do with it? They can't. Like, you either have to believe in the transparency of this company and the ethic of the people that are running it, or you don't. But you can't join and bitch and moan about the past and saying, well, they could do this and they could do that. Because if that's how you feel, I don't want you on board. I don't want you to join. You either join this project because of everything that it is and where it's going, or you don't. You know, that's your choice. And that's why you do your due diligence. Go check up on Ronald I, check up on this company. And when I say check up, don't go to Google and pay some idiot on there $2.50 for you to watch a scam video. That's not research, okay? Research about the World Blockchain Forum and Ronald's award. Research about his technology. Research about the owners in this company. That, and then come back to me and say, actually, this guy doesn't exist, or this isn't right, or that count isn't there. That's research. Not some idiot on YouTube saying, it's a scam because this happened in the past and it's going to happen again and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I can tell you about Ronald is we practically hear from him every day.
Every day. Everything that is going on every single day. What's happening with the new offices when they open, the team of tech people that are going in there, how the wallet is, the new wallet is coming out, all the bits, the automation that's going to go on there for people that are missing any of their CTOs. It's going to be an automated service where they put in their login number, a script will be written to put in anything that's missing in their company, like everything. It's all transparent. The main owners in the company were themselves scammed. That's why they set this up. They do not want to be part of anything that's scammed. They want to find and create an ecosystem for everybody to win, not for them to then scam everyone else.
Tim, can you hear me?
Sure.
We can, Jim.
Yeah, good. First of all, thank you for a good presentation. And Duncan, thank you, by the way, for the Facebook information. That was real important.
You're welcome.
You know, I just wanted to comment. Sometimes it's these things are too good to be true, and I think that's what's happened to a lot of people that have gone through the last couple of years, myself included. So, and that's why people are so reluctant at this point. But I think what I'm watching and gathering and researching, it's very interesting. But if you could help me, Tim or Duncan, on the private key issue, I'm confused on that. Tell me how that's really going to help protect us when we are able to get those keys, and how that's all going to happen, if you would.
Yeah, I can. Let me, I'll sort of explain it very briefly. On a public exchange, so let's say you have one Bitcoin and you go and put it onto Binance, and you store your one Bitcoin on Binance in your account number. Okay, so when you log into Binance, you put in your account number and you put in your password, and it gets you into your account. Okay, right. That is not, because you've got an account number and a password, that is not your access to your one Bitcoin. It's just your account in Binance's account. They have your Bitcoin held in their wallet. Okay, now the word wallet, it's not as you and I would think it, as a wallet where you put money. It's actually a smart contract written in to the blockchain that says one Bitcoin. And that is your one Bitcoin. So with Cloud Token, on the Super Wallet, you will have a set of private keys. And a private key are probably, there'll be 14 or maybe 20 words long. And that account or that wallet is your own wallet. The company can't access it. They have no access to it. They're just holding it in their Cloud Token ecosystem. But it is your wallet that is in there with your codes to get in and access, and your smart contract in there that says you have one Bitcoin. So if the company shut down the app, then you wouldn't be able to get into that wallet through the app. Does that make sense? But you will be able to get into the wallet through the Blockchain Explorer, and you can see that you have that wallet in there. Okay, so you would put in your wallet address and it would show one Bitcoin, and then you will be able to recover that through a Trezor or anything else by putting in your set of 14 or 18 digit words to recover that fund. But if you lost it in Binance, you would not, because it's the company's account, not yours. So it's your own privacy account when you get your private keys. It means you own it, not that the company have no visibility of it. It's just there in their ecosystem. And if they shut their ecosystem down, they're not taking your funds. But when you take your money out of the Super Wallet and put it into Jarvis, Jarvis are their wallets. And that's, you agree to the terms of putting your funds in there to generate the 10%. But the security that the company are giving you in return that no one else is out there is that they're showing you these accounts. They're showing you the monies that are in them. They are showing you that they can only take $500 out a day, and 500 Bitcoin out a day, which would take them 40 days to clean all the funds out. And they would, they give you access to that account 24/7 to take your money out. And it takes 10 seconds to do it. So if any time you read some load of rubbish on the internet that Cloud Token's a scam and you believe it, you can go straight in there, swipe left, put in your 2 sets of things and take your money off and put it straight back in your Super Wallet that is 100% safe because you've got the private keys to it, not the company.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's okay.
Okay, anybody else want to ask any questions? Now's your chance. JJ?
Yeah, I just think that was absolutely fantastic, Tim. Really good. I've learned a hell of a lot tonight. I must admit, it's been brilliant. And you've taken a lot of trouble to explain things. I'm sure you'll be doing this again at some time soon to encourage others to come on board, well, to talk to people so that they get an
Just come along. That's all I'm doing. Is I just want people to understand the opportunity. Like I got burnt in BitConnect. I had a team of $2.5 million US under me, and my personal wallets was $600,000 US in it, and I lost the whole lot. The whole lot went.
That's painful.
Okay? So very. So trust me when I tell you, I've done my due diligence with this before I stuck my toes in.
I'd like to say,
I didn't with BitConnect. Very much like David's friend who lost his money because we all jumped in board thinking, yeah, you know, they were promising everything, but actually you couldn't see it. You didn't have that visibility or anything else, and eventually they just get enough money in and they disappear.
Yeah, there are three of us.
That's why you have to have those. You have to have those things in place where you know these people, and you have access to everything. And there isn't one thing that we can't do. And Duncan and I are involved in other things. We do Impact 101 and we do Sepago, and they are all exactly the same. Transparency of the owners, access to your money, fantastic opportunities, and the integrity of the people behind it are to create something that is useful and a great ecosystem, not to steal people's money and do a run-up. And it comes across, and that's why we're winning in them.
Yeah, no, I think you'll find that quite a few of us on this call have all been in the same hot seat and been in the same problem. So
I would be very surprised if people have been involved in crypto since 2017 and they've been unscathed from losing their money in anything. And you know, make that 10-point list: the owners, the tech team, the visibility, the fund access, all of those things. Make those questions your paramount in anything in crypto, and if they're all answered, stick your toe in, because you've given yourself the safeguard by having those questions answered.
The other thing I would recommend to everybody as well: every business you do, you've not earned anything until you have your funds back in your pocket. So don't be frightened of taking money out. And I would recommend set yourself a target, either 10%, 20%, a day, a week, a month, whatever. Stick to it, because that 10%, remember, is going to increase because you are still receiving tokens every day. Depending on how many tokens you're receiving, it is going to continue. And if you're just taking out 10%, that 10% is growing. So many people make the mistake of, you know, looking at the big figure and forget that it's a business and you need to take money out.
Yep, been there, burnt my fingers, but there we are. That's what it's a learning curve. As long as it means you don't. But that's why I always say to all my people: don't extend yourself. Just put in what you can afford to lose, and just run with it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, any other questions? Otherwise, thanks very much for attending. I have put on the chat the days for the next presentations, which are Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. UK time, Thursday evening, 10 p.m. UK time, and then every Sunday, 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. UK time. So they are the regular calls. Just invite your people. Sorry about that.
Duncan, I'm going to have to get out of bed early. What's all this?
Tim, that's you calling me. Ah. Okay, mate, no problem. Okay. let me finish it off. Okay. Tim's computer just crashed, so that's
he looks a bit static on the picture there.
Yeah. I wondered why he was calling me. I thought, that's strange.
Well, thanks, mate. You've been brilliant in bringing all this together. Really good, and Tim's been fantastic in giving a really good presentation. I'd like to say thank you to him in his absence, but I'm sure you're listening, Tim, and I'll be looking forward to the others, and give me encouragement to bring some more people on board too.
He is excellent, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying.
I
tell you what, he knows more about crypto and this company than some of the top leaders in it. I'll tell you, really does.
Fantastic.
He knows it
Well,
inside out.
luckily, I have some neighbours of his that I want to get on board before he pinches them. So we'll see down in Australia. So we'll see how we get on.
I would encourage everybody just to reach out, speak to people, just ask people a question. Are you involved in crypto? If they say yes, ask them what wallet do they use to hold their funds in, and just ask them another question. Would you like to hold your funds in your own wallet and earn every day for holding your money there and take it out whenever you want? That's it in a nutshell. And if somebody is not involved in crypto, ask them, are they interested in getting involved? And it's very easy to set somebody up. I know Nina and Mel are on this call. They've never been involved in crypto before, and now they are earning and receiving income every day. So it's very easy to set people up, even if they just haven't got a clue about crypto.
Learning fast.
Sorry, learning fast.
Learning fast. I think I do.
Learning fast and earning fast.
Yes, that's exactly. Lovely. I love it. So exciting.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
If you're still listening, and hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday morning 10 a.m. or Thursday evening 10 p.m. They're the next two calls. And I recommend everybody get onto the Facebook groups. Judy, I'll give you a call now if that's okay. And thanks, everybody. Speak again. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.